Welcome to today's Q&A, where we answer your questions about the Supreme Court hearing on Monday, July 8th. I'm Bruce, your host, and Megan will be providing the answers.
Okay, let's dive in.
Why did Daniel and Catherine Andrews agree to surrender their phone records?
For many months, Daniel and Catherine Andrews resisted handing over their phone records from the day of the crash. If the hearing had taken place on Monday, we would have seen evidence presented in open court that would have exposed lies about what really happened. But just 2 hours before this evidence could come to light, the Andrews backflipped and finally agreed to hand over those phone records.
The question everyone is asking, who was driving?
That's the million-dollar question. We can't know for sure at this stage. Physical evidence that would show who was driving was destroyed by Daniel Andrews when he illegally removed the car from the crash scene. Claims Catherine Andrews was driving are based on a statement she gave police 2 weeks after the crash, as well as a second statement Daniel Andrews gave to police almost a month after the crash. Police took no statements on the day, despite the 2 police officers meeting privately with the Andrews at their rented holiday house. And police still refuse to take statements from Ryan and 2 other witnesses who say the Andrews SUV cut the corner, was on the wrong side of the road, and caused the crash.
When are the Andrews required to hand over their phone records?
Daniel and Catherine Andrews must surrender their phone and text records as well as their credit card records to the Muleman's lawyers by 5 p.m. on Wednesday, July 24th, 2024.
Okay, obtaining the phone records makes sense, but why are the credit card records necessary?
Daniel Andrews stated that both he and his wife had not consumed any alcohol that day. However, a witness at the crash site claimed Daniel Andrews told her they were at the sailing club. If, for example, alcohol was purchased and consumed prior to the crash, credit card records may provide proof of purchase unless the purchase was made in cash.
What consequences could the Andrews face if they fail to hand over their phone records?
If Catherine and Daniel Andrews fail to comply, they will be in contempt of court and face significant legal penalties.
Is there any possibility that Daniel Andrews had more than one phone on the day of the crash?
Yes. However, the court orders require Daniel Andrews to hand over records relating to all phones he used during that day. Ryan's lawyers have records of multiple telephone numbers Mr. Andrews was likely to be using on that day. A subpoena is also being lodged for the phone records of Daniel Andrews' former chief of staff, Brett Curran. Curran was a sworn police officer on leave from Victoria Police on the day of the crash. Curran was later promoted to Assistant Police Commissioner after Andrews became Premier.
Why are all these phone records so important for this case?
We don't know who was driving or whether either of the Andrews was on their phone at the time of the crash. We don't have information on when Daniel Andrews called 000 or if he contacted someone else first. Additionally, we are unsure how many times, if at all, Daniel Andrews spoke with Brett Curran that day, or if Curran made any calls after speaking with Daniel Andrews. This is why obtaining the phone records is crucial for understanding the actions of all parties involved during and immediately following the crash.
Stay up to date on Bike Boy Scandal socials and YouTube channel. Please comment, share, and if you would like to support Ryan, please make a donation to the Justice Fund. The link is in the description and comments below.